Hello, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. In this video, I thought I'd talk a wee bit about something that comes up a lot when I'm working with people. And it's the idea that they feel that every little thing seems to be a big thing for them. So things that they see in the past wouldn't have bothered them suddenly seem to be an awful big deal. And a lot of people understandably find that quite distressing. Why are simple things getting me in a tizzy? Things that I've done for years and years and years suddenly seem like a massive big deal. Well, the kind of basic reason for that is when you're living with persistent symptoms, be it pain or fatigue or IBS or various other conditions that we've talked about, is, as we've also talked about, is your nervous system is in a hyper aroused state. So your nervous system is already up kind of here. So things that are relatively small that you would have dealt with no problem in the past can push you over that threshold into higher levels of anxiety or even panic. When your nervous system is in a calmer state, your resting level is much lower, and therefore it takes you more to push you over the threshold. And that's the reason that small things suddenly have become big things. And while in itself that's quite distressing, obviously, you don't want things upsetting you, particularly when you feel they are relatively minor things and you feel yourself you're overreacting to them. Well, you don't want that anyway, it also doesn't help the overall persistent symptoms that you're experiencing, because as we've said, these symptoms escalate in response to a heightened state in your nervous system. So if every little thing is pushing you into that hyper state, then it's actually feeding the cycle of chronic pain, chronic fatigue, chronic IBS, all these other symptoms that you may be experiencing. So as well as being distressing in the moment and being annoying that you feel yourself getting in a tizzy about these small things, they may actually be contributing to the ongoing nature of the other symptoms that you're experiencing. So, like everything we've talked about, the first thing is to give yourself a bit of a break and to, show yourself a wee bit of compassion and say, all right, I understand why I'm feeling like that. I'm not just being silly or overreacting. It's your nervous system doing what it's supposed to do. It's already detected that you're in this heightened state. It's already so as far as it's concerned, you're in danger. You're in risk from something, and now this other thing has appeared on top. So you're really in danger now. So it's got to make you aware of that. It's got to heighten things. It's got to prepare you to either fend off whatever's about to attack you or find somewhere safe to hide it out. It's preparing you for what it perceives as being an attack. Because if you remember, with your brain and your nervous system, for these kind of situations, reacts as if you're still in a cave and you're about to be hunted by a woolly mammoth. It doesn't know that you're sitting in your nice, comfortable home and that you're actually safe and that nobody's about to come in and hit you with a big club. It doesn't know that. It just perceives heightened state of alert, which means danger, which means it has to keep you safe. So if we want to try and help all of the symptoms, both the in the moment over, getting in a state about the small things, and we want to help the persistent symptoms, then it all comes back to the same thing of trying to bring the nervous system back down. So as I said, the first thing is show yourself a wee bit of compassion. So if you find yourself getting in a state about something small, so I don't know, be it coming to get some work, someone's coming to do some work in your house, for example. Oh, what if I don't get the right thing done? And what if I don't do it well? And what about this and what about that? When you start to have these thoughts again, just like we do with other things, see if you can catch the thought. Right, okay, I see what's happening here. Because my nervous system's already a wee bit over aroused and this other thing is coming on top, it's making me get even more anxious. But that's okay. I understand why that's happening. I know that the work one that's coming is recommended by my friend. He did a good job on their washing machine, whatever it is. And there's every reason to think he's going to do the same for mine. But it's okay that I'm feeling a bit worried because it's somebody coming into my house, and that always makes me feel a wee bit anxious because it's somebody coming into my space. And that's okay. So again, you're not beating yourself up, not going, oh, for goodness sakes, why are you getting such a state? It's just the washing machine, it's just a workman, whatever it is. Don't beat yourself up because of what you say all the time. That just adds fuel to the fire. If you're already feeling anxious about something and you then beat yourself up about it, your brain's like, oh my goodness, we really have to up the ante now because clearly there is something to be really scared of here. So I better make me even more anxious. So let's get that heart beating even faster. Let's get those muscles even tighter. Oh goodness, let's up the ante with the pain. Let's get the IBS going, whatever it may be. It's all the brain will interpret all these things as more signs of danger. So you're trying to reassure it. It's like everything, you're trying to let yourself say, actually, it's okay. It's okay you feel like that. I understand why you feel like that. That's okay. So calming yourself, so calming that wee bit of your brain, and then looking at the rational side of it and saying, well, actually, in reality, I know whatever it is, the person's trusted, they've done a good job before, it's a minor inconvenience. But it's okay that I'm not all that happy about it, and that will pass. And just by doing that, you're just taking the edge off it a wee fraction. It doesn't mean you're suddenly going to be sitting, all chilled out and chanting and quite the thing, but it's just taking the edge off it. And what it has stopped is you going down that rabbit hole of, oh, I'm feeling anxious about this. Oh, why are you feeling? I'm feeling anxious. I'm so annoyed at myself for feeling anxious. And you're going into that whole attacking yourself sort of cycle. And that whole cycle that's fueling your symptoms further. So it's the same, as I say, it's the same process, it's the same idea. Everything we're really talking about is about trying to bring things down and trying to give yourself a bit of a break. Again, imagine how it would be if you were talking to someone else. Would you be saying to them, oh, for goodness sakes, don't get yourself in such a state? Oh, probably not. If it was somebody you cared about and they were actually distressed, we would hope that you would be saying to them, oh, come on, it's all right. You understand why you're feeling that, but you also know that it's going to be all right. You just come to fix your washing machine and then you'll be fine and it'll all be okay. So it's just showing a wee bit of that towards yourself and avoiding getting into that battle of beating yourself up over getting uptight about things. You're getting more uptight about things because your nervous system is already in a heightened state because of your persistent symptoms. So your nervous system is already primed. It's already in that kind of, right, I'm ready to go situation. So the smaller things can be enough just to push it over and really get you into a bit of a state of panic. So it's just recognizing that, catching your thoughts, reassuring yourself, and then giving yourself a wee bit of a rational explanation after you've done the reassuring. But the reassuring is the important bit because it's that bit that helps bring things down, and then you're better able to listen to the rational bit behind it. But if you're trying to reason with it when you're in a heightened state, it's generally not so successful. So reassure yourself and then rationalize it and just give yourself a break and understand why you're there. Okay, you're more likely to react to things because your nervous system is already higher in a higher state of alert because of your persistent symptoms. Okay, I'll leave you for that for now, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.